Hey, Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Welcome to the Mystic Michaela Halloween special. It is here. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. All right, very exciting. This is our 6th annual Halloween special.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. I mean, when we first started, year one, the Riddle House in West Palm Beach, where I got choked by Joseph.
Yes.
Refused to still go into that place. Bree makes fun of me. She claims I'm making it up. I am not making it up.
It's a defining event in your life.
Yes, it was.
No, it really was.
But no, it's been incredible. We've gone on investigations. We went up to Casadega in Central Florida. We went to St. Augustine with members of the Mystic Michaela spiritual family.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of fun with this. And this is going to be our 3rd time with Tim. So we're doing Tim, the long-haired ghost hunter. We're doing another investigation with him.
He's an MMSF favorite.
He is. Came to the event last year.
Yes.
He's coming to the event this year. He brings some of his, he calls them his toys.
He does. He's like, let's play.
And he will talk. He will talk about this all day long.
He's a great teacher.
So, yes. All right. So we're going to go to 3 locations. They're all in the same spot in the town of Davie. Davie is like western. It's going towards the western portion of Florida. It's it's basically on the edge of the Everglades. You could even say it's probably in the Everglades. So we're going to 3 locations there. The old Davie Schoolhouse, which was established in 1918 when Woodrow Wilson was president. The VLA House in 1912. And the Walsh House in 1914. So those are the 3 locations we're going to visit to see if there's any activity, anything, spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them, haunting these places or just hanging out in these places. All right. But we are going to take the Bookro.
I'm glad you've adopted that.
Yeah. And let me get to the Bookro. Reason why I'm taking someone here is because I'm really not a skeptic anymore when it comes to this stuff.
It's true.
You know, Episode 1 of the Halloween special, I was skeptic.
Yeah.
Episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, and 5, I was skeptic.
Yeah.
But I'm not really skeptic anymore.
You believe it.
I believe
You believe in this stuff. Yeah.
I believe in this stuff.
Once you start seeing it, once you're like physically there, it's hard not to believe it.
Yeah. I think once I heard Scott get out at the New River Inn.
Yeah.
That is when I officially became non-skeptic.
Yeah.
You say that? Non-skeptic.
Yeah. You're open-minded to this.
Yeah. All right. So here's our Bookro. We're taking Brianna, our daughter, or Red Purple, and she's bringing her friend Lily.
Yes.
Those are our Gen Z components.
I told them they have to make some TikToks because I just don't know how.
Okay.
So you'll see those, hopefully.
Okay. I don't know if we know Lily's colors.
She's green purple.
She's green purple. I think Lily's green purple. Brianna's red purple. We're bringing Abby.
Yes.
Purple turquoise Abby. She loves to play on the Oculus.
Ovulus.
No.
Get your long-haired ghost hunter tool names right. Yeah, it's the Ovulus.
Yeah, and basically what the Ovulus does is as you're walking around with it, it spits out words, right?
So Tim could tell you how it works way better than I could, but it spits out words. So you bring it into different rooms, and I guess what it does is it picks up the frequencies. It's just battery operated, and it picks up frequencies like EMF frequencies or something, and it has some sort of system inside it which translates those frequencies into words. So the thought is spirits can manipulate that energy to kind of use words to talk to you. Right. She loves that thing.
Yeah, she loves that thing, and it's weird because, like, in the past, she's used it, and the words come up that pertain to what we're doing.
Crazy things happened last year with it, too.
Yeah.
Like, it actually made some predictions during last year's ghost hunt that came true for some of the Boo crew, which kind of shook everyone up a little, actually.
Right. Okay. And then we have Casey. She's going to be on camera duty. She's our yellow.
Yellow-purple.
Yellow-purple. She's doing the camera duty. And then we have Stephanie and her husband, Andrew.
Yes.
Now, Andrew is red-blue.
Yeah.
He's a skeptic.
Skeptic.
Doesn't believe any of this.
We needed him.
And I just have to add that he is a huge Met fan. He loves the Mets. And he's probably going to be watching the Met game on his phone while we're doing the investigation.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
That's okay. That's acceptable.
And if the Mets aren't playing, because I don't know if they're playing or not tonight, he'd be watching a replay of the game.
Right.
Okay. So.
And Stephanie's indigo yellow.
Okay. Stephanie's indigo yellow.
She really empathizes with the ghosts.
Okay.
You know?
And finally, we have our sacrifice. She's back. Purple Bomb Amanda.
Yeah.
She's purple, obviously. I don't know. Does she have another color or is she just purple?
She's purple indigo.
Purple indigo. Okay, so we have her. Last time she went missing for about 3 months. But she's back.
She's back.
All right. And
She's
then,
willing,
of course,
willing to do it again.
we have Tim. We'll get into his aura when we talk to him. And then we're going to also meet up with Kim, who is the educational director of these places. It's also a museum. So she's going to tell us about that.
Yeah.
So before we get moving, do you get any feelings about any of these places?
Yeah, I've never been there. How far away is it from us?
It's going to be about a 40-minute drive.
Yeah, I've never been there. I haven't even heard of it. But the vibe I get, because this sometimes happens before I go to one of these places I've learned, I'll just get kind of like a welcoming energy or some sort of messages from the actual property we're visiting. To me, it feels very communal. So a lot of community and like a lot of hands helping there on the other side. And then I just get a man who seems to be like a friendly caretaker, but I don't know who that is. That's just what I get. He's wearing like a caretaking outfit, like, all right, I got this. So that's what I'm getting so far.
You feel a lot of positivity.
Really
here.
positive.
You don't feel any negative
Positive,
energies.
Welcoming, really nice energy, but active and a lot of voices. So I hope we get a lot of good stuff.
Well, I mean, the first location was a schoolhouse. So there was a lot of people going in and out of there, from 1918.
Right.
So through the years. I feel like this place is going to like me.
Okay.
I was a teacher.
Yes.
As we've said before, kind of have a carefree style about me.
Yeah.
I feel the kids might like me at the schoolhouse.
Right.
And they're not going to want me to leave.
The teachers might not.
The teacher, yeah, that's true.
Ghost
The
teachers.
principal
Ghost
probably,
principal might have an issue with you.
Definitely the superintendent. You get out of here, or your teaching styles and all the kids liking you. But all right, so it could be a mixed bag for me there. So, but I feel good about it.
All right, so I just have to, because we've done this 6 times, this will be our 6th time doing it. There's a lot of noises. This is always our problem when we do any sort of field trip with our podcast equipment because I don't know what the acoustics are going to be. And just because we've worked with Tim the Long-Haired Ghost Hunter before, all the tools and toys he brings beep and make all sorts of noises and make all sorts of sounds. So keep that in mind and listen. Because a lot of times what I've noticed is when we do stuff with Tim is you guys hear stuff we didn't pick up ourselves. So I would love to hear your input too as you listen.
All right, let's get going.
I want to be more consistent with what I put into my body. I notice that I'll have like this midday slump and I'm eating something that's not good for me for that boost of energy. And it's just a habit that was making me overall feel not so great. Well, our next sponsor, Orgain, makes it easy to consistently eat a little better every day with consistency. I really enjoy their protein-packed nutrition. I've actually been drinking daily their new 30-gram complete protein shake, which is a protein-packed real nutrition designed to satisfy my cravings without all the sugar. Protein for me has been kind of a game changer. Maybe that sounds simple, but it gives me the boost of energy in a sustainable way. And over time, I just feel better. It just becomes part of my daily life, taking my Orgain. Orgain is the leader in real protein-powered nutrition that understands that being good for you doesn't have to taste bad. Orgain's founder, Dr. Andrew Abraham, believes that real nutrition has the power to make a difference in people's lives. Abraham left his medical practice and founded Orgain to create foods and beverages that offer better nutrition for people everywhere. I've been drinking the Orgain 30-gram protein shake, sometimes in the morning for a quick breakfast, sometimes in that midday slump I was talking about. It tastes really good, and it's just an easy way to get that boost that I need. Orgain 30-gram protein shakes are available at Orgain.com. If you want to get in on the delicious protein-packed nutrition today, head to Orgain.com/KYA and use code KYA for 20% off your order. Once again, that's Orgain.com/KYA for 20% off. And make sure you use my promo code KYA so they know I sent you. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. Okay, so we're here at the old Davie Schoolhouse. This school was built in 1918, and we are here with a friend of KYA. This is his 3rd time on the show. This is his 3rd Halloween episode. We are here with Tim, the long-haired ghost hunter. Hey, Tim.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Thanks for coming out.
All right, Tim, we have to ask you one more time. This is the 3rd time we've asked you this question. Do you know your aura colors?
Blue, yellow.
Oh, he's good.
Is that right? Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah. And right now, just looking at his aura, because it can shift and change just the way it looks here and there. It's very sparkly yellow. So that to me means like excited, like you got stuff going on, like really curious. Like you always are this guy, just more fun stuff that you've been working on.
Yeah, well, this is Old Davie. I love this place.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
It's one of my favorite places.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so Tim, tell us, is there anything new? I see some new equipment in front of you. Anything new that you've been doing?
Yeah,
Here?
I've been working on, trying to work on frequencies with EVPs, electro voice phenomenons.
Whoa.
That sounds green.
Because infrasound is 20 hertz and below what we can't hear.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm trying to work with lower frequencies with this frequency. It's a new thing for healing.
So, on YouTube, Scott, you listen to it when you go to the dentist. It's that Hertz HZ frequency music. You can listen to it for healing or anxiety or whatnot, but they're always like in the 500s or 800s or something.
Well, but it gives off as low as 7 hertz.
Wow.
And you don't hear it, but I'm trying to see if I can put, 20 hertz below out.
Yeah.
Maybe it will help. We'll get more EVPs with that.
So you're saying that a frequency like that, you're testing to see if it can bring energy in a more welcome way for them to connect?
Yeah, I mean, if we can't hear them at 20, because when I download my EVPs on, say, WaveLab or something,
yeah,
I'm looking for those low frequency spikes, activity between that on those. Because if we catch something below 20 hertz, it can't be normal. It has to be paranormal because... And then, so I'm thinking, well, maybe if I can put out low frequencies, it might attract them in.
That's fascinating.
And I actually bought a low frequency mic that a lot of drummers use.
Oh my gosh.
That I've been testing with.
Okay.
But that I have to use on a Tascam and download separately.
Okay. Tim's always doing something new or different in the world of paranormal. That's why you can go check him out at his Instagram, which is...
Just long-haired ghost hunter.
Long-haired ghost hunter. Because you're always teaching. That's what I love about you, too. You want to share the knowledge and tell people how it works. I love that part.
Yeah, because our new team, the Afterlife All-Stars, they put a lot... we put a lot of evidence up. The ladies are real good about putting evidence up.
Right.
And then they'll also show my tutorials. Plus, the co-founder, Gina, she goes all over the place. So she'll she'll go to some... cemeteries.
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh, wow.
She's traveled around. So our Afterlife All-Star Instagram is pretty cool, too.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to look at.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, Tim. We did the New River Inn, right? We've been to the New River Inn. When I was there, the ladies told me to get out. We have it on tape. It was caught. They said, Scott, get out.
Yeah.
All right. So here at the old Davie Schoolhouse, I think I'm going to do a little bit better here. I think the kids like me. I have, as I've said on other podcasts, I have a childish energy. So I think here I'm going to be okay. But what have you gotten here? What's some of the things you've gotten at this place?
Well, we're in the empty class. There's 4 classrooms. One is a working classroom. That's next to us. We'll investigate there later. I've gotten, what's your favorite subject? EVP, and it was math.
Wow.
At 11 in the morning.
That. And they said math.
You said what's my favorite subject? They said math.
It went math.
Wow.
Okay. And then in here, I've actually had your favorite car, a Packard, Taft President. And you think of the history of this place.
Okay, right. Because we're going back to 1918 here.
And then actually across the room is like the Broward Davie history. And then I had a 45-minute EVP session in there. I grabbed the chair and just sat down. I said, hey, well, I've raised horses. To me, sorrel is red. So what color, do you have a horse? Yes. What color is your horse? Sorrel? Red. I know, red.
Okay.
Did you ride bareback or saddle? Been there. And we were just going back and forth for like 45 minutes. I literally came over and grabbed the chair and just sat down.
And this has all happened in these 4 rooms.
And then the 4th room, we've had one of my investigators, when we were cleaning up, she saw an apparition. There's a Seminole canoe, our actual Seminole canoe that's up against the wall. She saw it running down there. And then sometimes before they put up these darker screening at night, because I've been coming here for years, I would see the apparition pacing while we were cleaning up. So this place is pretty cool. And upstairs, there's a little boy upstairs that we've caught a lot of times.
Wow.
So yeah.
We're in for it today, huh?
Yeah.
We might hear a lot of stuff.
The place feels just like energetically like a really happy place to me.
Yeah. I mean, we got one get out a night, but, we got to get out once a night or you don't feel the love. That's just,
Well, sometimes I don't want visitors either. Like, I get it.
Like, get out. I'm like, then we'll leave and we'll come back.
All right.
And we actually have two houses we're going to check tonight, the Veely and the Oswald.
Okay.
And they were actual Davie residence historical houses that are on the property. And they're very active.
All right. Well, I say that we start first with the classroom. What do you think?
I love that idea. Yeah, the classroom's really cool. It looks really authentic. And the place hasn't changed, Tim was telling me.
No, this is first school in Broward. And they tried to raise it once to just make it bus parking for the county. And they fought it. It was school board offices for a little while.
Okay.
But it's always been a school. It's in the same place. It hasn't moved. The only thing they did was add lights, basically.
All right.
Amazing.
All right, let's gather our equipment and let's get going.
All right. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
First we have to sit down and have a little chat with the educational director of the Old Davie Schoolhouse, Kim.
All right. Kim, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming tonight.
All right,
Thanks
question
for
for you.
having us.
Do you know your aura colors?
No.
Okay.
I'm
Do
fascinated.
you have a guess? Do you have a guess?
I have no clue.
No clue.
None.
No idea.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Okay.
Is it green? That would have been my guess because
Green?
everything is green.
Okay.
That's really interesting. I actually
yeah.
see like a turquoise-ish color around you, which to me is very similar to like the way that I see the colors is on you. It's aqua, but I can see the green vibe with it.
Aqua's in the family.
Okay.
That's great to know.
But
Yay.
yeah, I see turquoise and I see purple.
Oh.
And what's interesting is I feel like for the job you have to wear a little yellow. And I'll explain this. So turquoise is very like spiritual and really creative and very good at morphing into, okay, want me to be this person? Want me to do this person? Whatever you need. Let's just do that. And I feel like one of your things has been making sure people listen to you and hear you. And okay, Kim's here, Kim's talking. Like that's your thing.
Yep.
But you're purple too. So purple is creative, intuitive. It can't handle a normal kind of gig.
That's on
this
spot.
seems like a fun thing. But the job itself, I'm assuming, requires what I would like the yellow attributes I'm seeing around you. It's like, all right, I have to be organized, or I have to do numbers, or I have to schedule, or all that kind of fun stuff.
Wow.
So yeah,
I was just working on a spreadsheet too. So this is like, that's probably where that's coming.
Yeah, and if it exhausts you,
It
that's
does,
because yellow's
yeah.
not for you. But
I love
whatever.
it. Oh my gosh, that's really on point.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow.
Well, she's just like our Abby, right?
Yeah,
Purple
my
turquoise.
little one that I brought,
Purple
Abby,
turquoise.
she's purple turquoise too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love
oh
the
man.
purple turquoise. Got a little special space in my
Yay.
heart for him.
Good. Oh
Yeah.
good.
Well, that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
probably why she's really interested in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we get into what goes on here, can you just tell us a little history about the place?
About the schools?
Yeah, about the schools.
So our school here is the oldest existing school building on its original location in Broward County.
Okay.
And it has that long title, long little subtitle there because there
Right.
were schools that were older that are no longer there. And there's one school that was older and it's been moved. So we're the only steadfast on our location. So everything around us has changed, but the school has been here. And so it was opened up in 1918 and there were 90 students. There were farming families here,
That's a
so they kind of
lot.
came from all over. Yeah, there were only 3 teachers though, so
Oh, okay.
Wow.
big classrooms. And then it was a school from 1918 all the way till 1980.
Oh,
So it was in use for a
Wow.
long time. There's still a lot of folks around that went to school here. And then it became school board offices. And then there was consideration to tear it down and turn it into a bus depot, which would have been very upsetting.
Yeah.
But people in the community got together and now we are listed on the National Register and we're here as a museum. So it's the history of the community, history of our building, and all sorts of fun stuff here.
yeah.
Okay, so the first class took place in 1918.
1918.
And there was 90 students. All right, so here's my second question. do you get activity from these kids? Are they still hanging out in this building?
Or teachers or
Or
anyone.
teachers,
Yeah,
right?
I
Or
feel
principals? Yeah.
so. I feel like it was a community building, and so I really feel like that's who's here. I don't know if I could tell if it's specifically kids or teachers, but whoever's here loved the building and is like more of like a guardian watching us, kind of making sure we're taking care of it,
Wow.
and so that's who I feel is here and what I've picked up. So
no negative energies, mostly positive?
Yeah, that's what I say. If there's anything negative, I'm gone. But it's I've never felt that. And
Like walking in here, it feels happy, but it does feel like it's still it feels like a school. You know, like walking into my kid's school that she goes to feels like the same as walking in here, which is weird.
There's still rules, and there was all kinds of experiences at school, so a little bit of this and that, but I think overall it was an important place for them, so they come back here to watch over it.
Now, have you felt anything? Heard anything?
So I hear moving upstairs all the time. Like I'll hear walking, like straight, and you'll hear a path. Like you'll hear 3 steps forward and then 3 steps to the right, and then I'll go up there. There's nobody up there. We even have a camera. I'll go check. There's nobody up there. I'll hear like the chairs moving, and they're not light chairs. They're not easy to move.
Yeah.
And so you'll hear like a little scrape, and I'm here by myself. And so things like that, I'll hear that more often. And then a lot of the folks that have worked here have different experiences. So
really?
and a lot of those, I feel like when I hear similar stories over a period of time, and they don't know that they're telling me the same thing,
Right.
that's when I'm like, okay, that's what there is somebody here. And
Like a lot of people who don't talk to each other have the same experience.
exactly. Yes. Yeah.
That's cool. Has it ever like chased anyone out of work in here? Or
No.
See, that's interesting.
No, not this building.
But there's
So we do have 2 historic homes on the campus.
Don't go in there.
And it's never been chased out. But I have had interns who've walked up to the houses. Like we have projects to do. Like we have things to do inside. I had one who we walked up to the door and she said, absolutely not.
Oh,
I'm not
really?
going in there. I'm like,
Okay.
well, you're going to have a hard time in the history field if you're afraid of old things. But she said that she just was, all right. Then I had another one, we walked in and he looked around. He's like, okay. Yeah, no, I think I need to go. I'm like, and didn't want to do projects there. So
Just the energy.
yeah,
just didn't
but
feel-
I've never felt that. I always,
you've never felt that.
Yeah.
Now,
Or maybe you feel it and it's just not weird to you.
right.
You
Or maybe
know?
I feel the same way. Like maybe I don't want you in my house either. So
Look, I believe those people because
Oh, yeah.
I cannot go into the Riddle House to this day
Right.
in West Palm Beach
Yeah.
because Joseph, who lives in there, the spirit in there, has choked me. So I don't know.
nothing like that.
Yeah, so
No.
I'm scared to go into those houses.
Ow.
We might have to make the episode a little shorter. But all right.
I'm going.
You're going in?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try. I'll try. All right. Well, so do you feel protective about this place? Do you feel you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I feel protected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel protective over the place, and that's the presence that I feel. Is that they're I really feel
Yeah.
there's somebody here who's making sure I'm taking care of it too, and I always feel compelled, like when I come in or I leave, I'd say like thank you or we'll see you later.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
so-
talk about that all the time though. Like that's a mediumship thing when you start picking, like, I don't know, I just have this feeling and I need to, it's very important to me. You're just sharing that connection.
And there's somebody, and then I have 2 boys now, but my older son, I used to bring him with me to work all the time, and I was working on hanging up some artwork in the hallway. We were doing like a kids art show, and I brought him with me. I laid him out on the blanket, and he wasn't a very talkative kid. He was more like I was like a little introverted.
How old was he?
Not that way now. He was probably maybe 6 months old.
Okay.
But so he's just kind of laying on the blanket.
Yeah.
And he was talking up a storm to somebody. And it was a conversation. Like he was watching and just talking.
Yeah.
And a good time. Like he was enjoying whatever was happening, but it was very like uncharacteristic of him to do that.
I get it.
Yeah.
When you're a mom, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and I'm like,
that is
okay. And it wasn't
cool.
scaring him. So it was like, okay,
You're like, all
we're
right,
fine. here,
somebody's
so-
babysitting.
Exactly. I'm like,
Right.
thank you. I appreciate it.
That's so
And
cool.
yeah. So
Did you notice if the energy fluctuates because this is a museum. Like I'm assuming there's field trips. I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
Does when nobody's here versus when people are here.
After we did one event where it was a big Halloween event, and this place we had 200 people here, and then after that event we were doing an investigation that night. And I swear, after everybody left and we started the investigation, it was the quietest night of investigating we've ever had.
Yeah.
So I feel like all the energy, like they were here for the big party earlier, and then it was like, we're tired.
They went to bed.
Yeah, this is too much. We're out. And
They're indigo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
Funny.
very like, we're done with this. And,
Is it?
yeah.
Is there,
Fascinating.
is there anyone in this room with us right now, other than the three of us?
I'm very similar to what you're saying. I feel
spooky.
I felt a couple things just randomly. I felt this always happens before I come to a place like this. I'll get kind of a vibe from somebody, but like you said, it felt like a collective.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get a man who feels like some sort of caretaker energy. That's the big one I feel
Right now?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in this room? Because I feel like I just got hit with a spitball.
You did not.
One of the kids, yeah. One of the
Okay.
kids from
That would make
1918
sense.
just hit me with a spitball.
I hope they do. I hope they find you. If they find anyone, I hope it's you.
If they're going to mess with anyone, it's going to be me.
Okay.
I hope
All
so.
right, Kim, thank you so much for this info. We're going to take this over to the classroom. And there's a lot of activity in that room, in the
I'd say
classroom.
it's
next
pretty,
over?
yes,
Activity,
yeah. It's
okay.
one of the more active
Well, we got
spaces.
Tim's toys, and we're ready to go.
Know Your Aura is sponsored by BetterHelp. I would like to take this moment and thank my husband and co-host, Scotty. He does so much for me, and he's such a wonderful person, and maybe I don't thank him enough. This month is all about gratitude, and along with the person I just shouted out, there's another person we don't get to thank enough, ourselves. I have done therapy various times throughout my life. It has been completely life-changing. Lessons I've learned in therapy I use today from years ago I use today. It really helps me with positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, how to see things differently. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/KYA today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KYA. We are in the main classroom of the Old Davie Schoolhouse, and we are here with the Boo Crew.
We have a rather large boot crew this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
noises already going off.
You're going to be hearing a lot of Tim's ghost toys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our sacrifice. That is Purple Bomb Amanda. We finally found her after we lost her many years ago. I forget, what investigation
It was like
that
3
again?
specials ago.
3 specials ago. Just to clarify that you're okay. Just tell the people you're okay.
I'm alive and well.
Okay. All right. We also have our 2 daughters, Bree, Abby, and they brought along their friend Lily. Okay. We have Stephanie and her husband. This is the first time we have another guy here.
Yeah.
Andrew, another red blue. Hopefully the spirits will bother more than me this time.
Well, we felt like you were getting not skeptical enough to do this job, so we had to bring another red in.
He's real skeptical, isn't
Yeah.
he? I thought he is so skeptical. He's more skeptical than I am.
He's gone. Yeah.
He's watching the Met game again.
Yeah.
He's watching the Met game. Anytime we go out, he was watching the Met game. The Mets aren't even
We
playing.
needed him
They're
to
not even
just
playing
bring
tonight.
it down to earth.
He's watching rerun games.
Right.
Okay. Then we have Casey is filming for us.
Right.
Did I get it? And we have Kim, the educational director here as well.
Right.
Okay. Tim.
Hi.
All right. This is our favorite machine. Tell us about this machine one more time.
Oh, it's a Devon's box. It's it's like a portal, but everything's built into it. And there's a amplifier, reverb pedal, noise reducer.
Okay. And how does it work? What do we have to do?
What it's really doing is taking, if you see the portals on TV, they're making that that's built into it.
Okay.
So what it's doing is scanning radio stations. It's scanning them and not stopping at all. So that makes a white noise. That's the theory. They manipulate the white noise into words. So this thing, the Devon's box it's a rock star. It gets a lot of stuff. So
And it's not plugged in.
No.
No,
Right.
it's not plugged in anything.
Yeah, I
It
always
has a
have to
9-volt
clarify that.
battery, and that's it.
Like
Okay.
it's not being fed any information. That's the whole thing.
Okay, so there's a lot of noises going on in this room.
That's called a dead bell. It's a new piece of equipment.
Okay,
It picks up EMF changes and it'll ring like a hotel bell.
if it picks something up. All right, before we ask, and then we ask this box questions, correct?
Yeah.
And they're going to answer us.
Yeah,
We're hoping.
Yeah. You
It's
ask
this
aloud and
All right, Mystic Michaela, do you feel anything before we get to the Devon's box?
Honestly, I walking in this space, and I think maybe everybody, I feel like we're all on the same page with this. It feels like a school. I was telling Kim this. It feels like a happy place. It still feels like a school to me, even though it's a museum and whatnot. And it feels busy. Like it feels like there's a lot going on, even though we're the only people here. And it feels like it wants to make sure you're here for the right reasons, you know?
I keep feeling something on my back. I think they put a kick me sign on my back. That's what I feel like. I feel that there's someone back there messing with me. All right. Ready,
if you
Tim?
want the FLIR camera. When someone says something, we have a FLIR camera. It's like a heat signature camera. Just shoot it around them, and it'll tell if there's like a temperature drop around Scott or whoever's saying it, and there might be a shadow behind them. And if you see something, a temperature break or something, like a figure, just punch the pistol trigger and we'll get a picture of it. Thank you.
So Tim's basically saying, like, we can catch somebody putting a kick me sign on you in infrared camera.
That's what he just said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Tim, fire up the Devon box.
Maybe you'll say, "Get out, Scotty."
Yeah.
Oh,
that
maybe
was-
not again.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Amanda was there for that
Okay.
one.
All right, so the Devon box has been turned on. So the noise that we're hearing is what? If you hear this noise in the background, you're hearing what? Tim. Tim's, okay, he's adjusting. So these noises we're hearing right now would be what?
It's the scanning, but the way it's set up, all the radio noise, 95% of it's wiped out.
Okay.
So, like if you use an old spirit box, you might hear the word auto. That doesn't mean the chauffeur's coming. I mean, that doesn't mean there's a chauffeur's coming to see you. It just means there's a car sale down the street.
Okay. All right, let's ask the first question.
Somebody here? Okay.
What's this? Is that?
It's a box you can talk into. What was your favorite subject?
What did he say?
It sounded like reading or.
Did you like math? Yeah. Do you know Kim? Do you know anybody who works here? Thank you.
The bell just keeps going off.
It's like all the stuff we put around Tim put around the parameter
Yeah.
of us is like going off.
How old are you?
How old are you?
5?
I'm 7. You 7? No, you can't be 1. How many spirits are here?
Do you guys like me? He said yes.
I thought he said no.
Oh. I thought he said yes.
I was pretty sure that's a no. Tim, what do you
Tim,
say?
was that a yes or a no?
Those are no.
I knew it. Amanda's on your side.
You heard yes, Amanda?
I heard it. They love you.
Thank you.
Do you like Scott being here? Do you like any of us being here?
There's so many things and big ones
I
going
know.
on.
Let's try something else.
All right,
Shut up.
All right, Tim is shutting off the Devon box.
Okay, so we've gotten some stuff here, but we have to go check out some other properties. We're going to go check out the Veely house.
All right, we're bringing the brew crew with us?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. Okay, so now we're in the Veely house. It was built in 1912. We're back with Kim, the educational director, and we're just going to get a little bit of the history. All right, Kim, could you give us a little history of the place?
So the house, it was built in 1912 by Harry and Helen Veely and their son Ed. They had been living in South America. They returned to Seattle, and Harry was having lung troubles, and his doctor prescribed him Florida. So they moved to South Florida for the humidity. Built their home here in the Everglades and started farming. They were one of the first families to start the orange groves in this area. Their son, Ed, he got married, raised his family here, and in the early 2000s, the family donated the building here. So it was moved from its original spot to this location.
Okay. Have you experienced anything here?
This house, we have definitely picked up a lot on recordings and a lot of just... everybody has a different feeling when they walked in here. And again, nothing ever bad, but just there's definitely a presence here.
Okay. Are you getting anything, Mystic Michaela?
It just feels like disorganized. Just the energy itself feels just not in a bad way, just kind of, I don't know, like a lot of coming and going and not a lot of settling. And I think it misses being a house, which could be the old owners and cherished it and loved it. And that energy prevails.
It's definitely kind of, we're deciding now what to do with the home. So
Yeah.
it was set up like a home, and we're in the midst of making that decision. So yeah, that's...
Hello, podcast fans. If you're looking for a new podcast, if you enjoy articles, books, pop culture, and hilarity, try listening to the Brain Candy Podcast.
That's right. The Brain Candy Podcast has over 500 episodes of educational hilarity to satiate your learning needs. Just search for the Brain Candy Podcast on your podcast app or click the link in the show notes.
Okay. All right, so we're back. We have the Boo Crew. We're kind of like in seance mode now. Yeah. We're all sitting around this white table.
We're going to put all our energy together.
We're going to put all our energy. Tim, you're going to fire up the Devon box. In a second, here he goes. All right, he's got his Devon box up. We'll put the mic by Tim. And we'll ask some questions.
Is somebody here?
Whoa,
what was that?
What was
Skinner. Do you know Kim? Do you know Kim?
It sounded like, yeah, I do. Is he Kim?
I think it said Kim.
Do you know me? Hi, Kim.
It sounded like
Hi, Kim. Hi, Kim, yeah.
Happy? Is that what it said?
Are you happy?
Yes.
Are there any kids here? How many?
Are you okay with all of these people in your house?
Did we barge in on you?
Oh, my God.
What
Yes,
did
he said, yes, you barged in on me.
Oh my God.
I heard that. Did you hear that? Kim, did you hear that? Yeah, that was a full sentence.
Are we good guests? Are you okay with Andrew in your rocking chair?
No, that's the radio.
That's the radio. But there was a sentence before that. Yes, you barged in on
I
me.
have to listen to it because I recorded it.
Can we record you? Okay.
I don't know what that one.
Somebody can imagine. Devil.
Oh, that came up on, what is that thing called? What's the box at Abby?
Ovulus.
The ovulus. The ovulus. Abby is holding the ovulus.
Oh. Okay, we should listen to Okay, we just had to take a pause because the energy in here just got a little intense. And after asking them if we barged in on them, because I felt like that's what we did, and then we were like, hey, did we get a sentence back? And we just replayed the audio, and there is a clear sentence, and we all sat here and heard it. So,
Well, yeah, and they clearly want us to leave now.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're not.
we're
We're gonna go up to the attic.
just going to the attic.
We're gonna go to the attic,
And then we'll go.
Then we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
go.
Okay, we are currently here in the Veal House still, but in the attic where Kim has shared with us, there is a spirit named Paul who pops up often in many paranormal investigations. Apparently, he was a friend of the family. And what's interesting is my daughter, who was with us, has the Ovulus, which is a paranormal tool from Tim that kind of spits out words, and she got the name Paul before. So we are up in the attic, and we're going to see what the Devon box has to say.
Okay, and are you picking up anything up here before we start?
It's a creepy attic, so
Yeah.
there's that. I mean, I think we're all like, whoa. I feel like in here, it feels like a lot of energy comes to weight. That's what it feels like to me. So I do feel like we bombarded them, and I do feel like they're like, ugh. Like, kind of like if you go to your room with the door shut and you hope people leave now. I feel like that was the attic, and now we're all kind of like here.
Here, okay.
Yeah. So
All
I
right.
think they're just, okay, all right.
All right, well, we got to see if Paul's here.
All right.
All right, Tim, fire it up.
Anybody here? There was a girl here a minute ago. Are you here?
There it is.
Oh.
What'd you say? How dare you?
Hey, babe.
What was that?
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe. Let's ask if. Well,
Who's the babe?
800.
800.
Is Paul here? Is anyone here? Are you ready for us to go now? They're real quiet.
they're real quiet. Paul's trying to get us out. Okay.
What's wrong?
We're up in the attic. Is somebody here with us?
What's on the ovulus there?
And September and December.
Is Paul here?
Right now, Tim's checking on his recording device for any feedback he can pick up when he asks a question.
We're up in the attic. Is somebody here with us? Is Paul here?
All right, let's give Paul one more try here. All right, Tim, fire up the Devin one more time. Does anyone else want to ask if Paul is here? Maybe you'll give us the magic touch. Anyone want to do it? All right.
Lily's got
All right, Lily, come on over. And you're going to ask if Paul is here. All right.
Is Paul with us?
Yes. Well, keep going, Lily.
He likes you.
Just talk to him like he's just a friend. Hello.
How are you doing?
He said good. Oh, keep going. He likes
Do
the
you-
Gen Zers.
Do you still want us to hang up here? Do you want us to leave?
So powerful. So powerful. Abby just got power, the word power on her ovulus.
Is it too much for us to be up here?
Forces apply.
Is Andrew bothering you? Of course, he didn't say yes.
You wish.
You like Scott?
How old are you? I don't think
He only likes Lily.
only likes Lily.
Yeah, he only likes Lily. He likes the Gen Zers. Ask him a Gen Z question.
Are you skibbity? That's great.
He didn't know what that meant. Yeah.
Oh, ask that.
Andrew wants to know, are the Mets going to win the World Series?
He only
He
talks
said,
to Lily.
he said no.
He only talks to Lily.
He only talks to Lily.
Are the Mets going to win the World Series?
Which Mets?
Which Mets? He doesn't know the Mets, yeah.
You don't know that one?
Yeah, because the baseball team.
Yeah, I don't know about much, but I don't know much about baseball either.
What sport did you play?
Did you play any sports?
Did you play any instruments?
All right. Should we
head out?
Should we say goodnight to Paul?
Good night, Paul.
Good night, Paul.
Thank you. Have a great day. All right.
All right.
Let's take a break.
Let's get
from
out
the
of here.
attic.
It's real hot.
Yeah. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. Okay. We're in one last location. We are in the Walsh house, and we're going to ask Kim to tell us a little bit about this house and the room we're in.
Excellent. So this is the Walsh Osterhout house. Like I said, it was built in 1914, and it was a catalog home. So they went through the magazine, picked out the style house they wanted, and it was shipped to them in pieces to be built here. So this house has traveled down the canal, and the family, the Walshes that built it, started an orange grove in this area, and after they passed away, it went through a few different hands, through different families. Finally, the Osterhouts were the last ones to live here, and they're the ones who donated the house, and it was moved here in 2004. And the room we're in is one of the bedrooms upstairs. It had 3 bedrooms, so one of those rooms.
Here we are.
And this room, what size would you say it is?
Oh,
Very
it's
small.
Very
Very
small.
It's very small,
Yes.
and there's how many of us? 9 of us in here. It's very tight. I'm actually on a bed
Yeah.
with Casey. So, all right. Let's turn on the Devon box one more time. Hand it over to Tim, and Tim is going to ask the questions to see if we get anything in this room.
Somebody here? What's your name? Were these your dresses? What? How many are here? How many people are here?
3. 1, 2, 3.
He's counting.
How many spirits are here?
Oh my god. Wait, he said 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he goes, "You think?"
Are there 4 people here? He went to school in Dade. That says Frolin.
Tim with the jokes.
Oh.
Okay, that was not a spirit.
That was not
just
a spirit. That was just a phone falling.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Was this your bedroom?
Yeah.
How old were you? What?
Rose.
Do you know Kim?
Where's Lily? Let's get Lily to ask questions. Maybe she'll have to look. Is she in the room? Oh, you got a question?
We've made a lot of changes to the house recently. Are you okay with those changes?
They said Rose. Did you hear before Rose? Yeah, and we were just talking about her before we recorded this. I just think that's interesting.
Yes.
Did she
Rose,
just?
are you here?
I think she just said Rose.
Rose. You have a question, Megan?
Kim was just telling me about a lovely volunteer named Rose who passed and did so much for the house right before we came up here.
I'm going to ask if she's here.
Well, I think Kim should ask.
Okay.
Yeah. Rosie, are you here with us now?
I am. She said I am. She said I am.
Even the red blue skeptics losing it.
Oh my God. She said I am. Did you guys hear
it's
that?
Going off over there.
She said I am. Oh my God.
I hope you know we're trying to take care of this house too. Your favorite holidays coming up. Could you? I heard it, but can you tell us what your favorite holiday is? I thought it said Christmas before when I was asking.
Before.
She's a big fan of Christmas. So.
Are you a big fan of Christmas?
Are you here to watch over the house?
A wee in there.
I'm so thankful for you having us today, Rose. Did it say Rosie again? Because I said Rose, and then she goes Rosie.
Rosie, yeah. It's her.
Are you okay with Andrew being here? I heard a no.
Get out.
Yeah, we miss you, Rosie.
I live here.
I live here.
Is that what? Oh my
I
God.
live here, yeah.
I live here.
I live here.
That's good. Do you mind us being here?
Oh boy. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Can we come back and see you?
Oh, she's here. She's here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a believer.
That's really nice, you know.
You want to say goodbye? All right.
All
Everyone
right.
ready for our goodbye?
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you.
Rosie. Did she say you're welcome?
Oh, no.
I hope so.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
Okay, we're home now. It is the following day. And that was, like, I've slept on it. That was intense. Like, that was insane. I'm going to call it, this is probably one of my favorite specials that we've done.
Yeah.
Just because how it felt and the energy. And, like, that last part for me, with Rosie, so unexpected. I don't know. What do you have to say?
Well, I mean, I think, now that I've done this a few times, I'm more in, and I do get very excited when things happen.
You do.
And we hear certain noises or certain. I actually heard a full sentence.
Yeah.
There was, and I'll go. This was the defining moment for me of this investigation. You know, you asked the spirit, "Did we barge in on you?"
This was in the Viel house.
I
This
believe
was,
so.
yes,
It's
it
a little,
was.
everything's all fuzzy
I know.
now, but yeah,
This was in the Viel house, and go ahead.
yeah. And you asked, you know, we're trying to get the spirits to communicate, and you asked, "Did we barge in on you?" That was your question that you asked into the Devon box, and it was quiet, and you know, and then I heard it like as clear as day. They said yes. The spirit said yes. You barged in on me.
Yeah.
I was the only one who heard it.
You were.
On the first try.
Yeah.
Usually, like when we hear things, everyone says at the same time 3, like or something. We all heard the number 3 or something, right? And then when we played it back on the Casey's video, and then on the podcast, everyone else was like, "Oh my God, there it is!"
Yeah.
And it was like a sentence, and I don't know how that would be possible.
A lot of people. So with the Devon box, and I think Tim explained it at some point, but it's not plugged into anything. It uses radio frequencies, and sometimes the noises do sound a little high pitched or radio-esque or whatnot. When you hear that sentence, and you guys can go hear it back in that section, yes, you barged in on me. And to repeat what I said, the first thing, because I said, "Did we barge in on you?" 3, 2, 1. Yes, you barged in on. Like the way that they repeated it back, and it sounded like an actual voice.
Yes.
And then back to the Rosie part, when Kim asked Rosie, "Are you here?" And you hear, "I am." I sent that to Kim because she was really touched. You know, that was her friend. You know, she loved Rosie. And so when I made the video and I sent it to her before the, you know, as I was just last night, I'm like, "All right, here, listen to this." And she texted me back and said, "Oh, I just played it for somebody who also worked with Rosie, and that sounds like her."
Yeah.
So what's interesting about the Devon box was it was picking up kind of like actual voice.
Yeah.
That was incredible to me. Actually incredible.
Yeah, and here's the thing for me. As we've done these, like the first time when we went to the Riddle House, you know, I was doing it as a goof. You know, not as a goof, but you know, I was like kind of goofing around, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, then we went to the New River Inn, and things happened there. And you know, last year we went to that old house in Del Rey, and now it's almost like I kind of understand the spirits a little bit on this one. It was like like everything. I don't know. It was like if you're playing a sporting event and everything kind of just slows down and you can kind of understand it more. And, you know, Kim was saying that, you know, sometimes the spirits, they don't really want you there, or, you know, like leave them. They just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is a place that it's a museum. People come in, you know, throughout the day. I'm sure they have like camps and school events that happen there. And they do a lot of investigations there as well. And she was kind of saying, you know, sometimes, you know, they don't really always want people here, or they're tired of answering these questions. And I kind of got it. I was like, for the first time, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, I don't want people coming to my house all, you know, when I'm home here. I don't want people coming. And I don't know. I kind of look at it differently now. Like I'm a total believer. I'm not even like doubtful at all. That's I don't know.
That's an approach I think that you can take to the ghost hunting. That is, these are people.
Yeah.
And they might not just want to be bugged for attention.
Yeah.
You know, because they're doing their thing. And not being bugged for attention is something that, but you know, what's interesting, first of all, Kim, I feel like was a great conduit.
Yes.
That's the first thing, because they know her. She's there all the time. Secondly, she said, like, she told me in between recordings that they usually get more activity when there's a medium around that seems to amplify their energy or what they want to give back. And then finally, the place itself has a story to tell. They mentioned it a couple times where the place was supposed to be shut down and destroyed and leveled and made into a parking lot, and the entire community came together and saved the place. And that kind of energy, you know, I feel like they know they're still working to keep this place relevant. You know, they're like, we have to work to keep it together. So it seems like a shared mission.
Yeah.
With those on the other side. So they might maybe even, I don't know, agree to, that's why the paranormal investigations are so popular there.
Yeah.
And whatnot, because they're, okay, fine. We, you know, we gotta sing for our supper a little bit.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, it's also interesting, like, 'cause, like, I think you said you don't know what you're going to get. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, like going in, I'm always thinking, oh, we're going to get someone from 1918
Right.
that passed in the hallway. You know, they just fainted and died in the hallway of
Right.
the school. But so, you know, I'm going for that. But, you know, it's not always that. It could be someone who worked in the building,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, like Rosie. It's really fascinating.
They said they had other people too, just kind of attached to different areas. We didn't get this on recording, but Tim was telling us how in the attic of the schoolhouse, there was a kid that his job was to go up into the attic and then down and up and down. And they always catch activity from that energy in that little tiny room. But you know what's crazy with that last portion with the Rosie coming through? If you're hearing like beep, like all over the place. So Tim has these, and I'm so bad at remembering the names of his stuff. I'm sorry, Tim. But like he has these things and he puts them around. So we're in a tiny bedroom and an upstairs and think it's just a very old house and there's no electricity or anything up there or whatnot. But he's putting these things in other rooms and and there's nobody else in those rooms around us, these little other bedrooms. And they only beep when an energy is in front of them. They're kind of like motion detector. And we were all in the same room. Nobody was around and they were going off like crazy during that time.
Right. And in the schoolhouse too.
Oh, in the schoolhouse
we weren't
too,
getting
yeah.
a lot off the Devon box in the schoolhouse.
In the first,
the
recording.
first segment, yeah. But everything was beeping. It
All
was
around
constant
us.
all the time.
Like a
beeping.
perimeter around us.
Like a perimeter around us of beeping and bells ringing and things like that. So, and that's the other thing with this. You know, you do have to kind of sometimes be patient.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not going to just, you know, I'm always looking, like for me, this is just me talking. I'm always looking for that home run sentence.
Well, you got one.
And I did.
You got a couple.
Eventually we got one.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not always going to happen like you think. I don't know. It's very fascinating. I wish, you know, the green part I don't get. You know, with,
what do you mean?
Like all the technology, like I even pronounced the instrument wrong.
The ovulus?
Ovulus versus, yeah. So that's like the green part of it, I feel.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know how all that works, but.
I mean, Tim was getting all sorts of stuff too. He's got these little recorders that he walks around with. There's these tiny little, I don't know, like voice recorder boxes, just totally on, I don't know, pocket recorders. Yeah. And he was like, oh my gosh. He's like, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. Like if you're with Tim the entire time, he's like, listen to this. And you're hearing stuff on a radio, like voices, people screaming and nobody's there.
Yeah.
It picks up so many. You have to be there. I think, like, you know, there's going to be people that listen to this and are like 100%. And there's going to be people who are like, nah, I don't, you know, come to one. Because Andrew's face, our red blue skeptic, when Rosie said, I am, it was like somebody smacked him in the face. Like, whoa. You know, that's the thing. Like you go and something's going to happen and you're going to be like, okay, never mind. That maybe I don't believe, but that definitely challenged me.
Yes. Well, if you're having hauntings,
This is Scott's dream.
and you need to hire paranormal investigators, we are for hire.
Tim, the long-haired ghost hunter.
Yeah, we're all for hire. It has to be all expenses paid. We don't pay any expenses. And our fees are very high, but we will be there. Well, you know,
This is your dream. This is your absolute dream. All right, well, I got to plug our amazing helpers. Tim, the long-haired ghost hunter, has a book. The link is in the notes. It is all about the local hauntings and all the work that he's done. It's really cool. And Kim also has a book about Davie. And these two links are in the notes. Please check them out. They were just such amazing hosts, so gracious.
Yes. And we're also pleased to announce that everyone that came with us from the Brew Crew came back except for Purple Bomb Amanda.
It's unfortunate.
She right now is lost somewhere in the Everglades. We don't know where she is. Hopefully she'll make it to the November event. We're hoping that she'll be found by then. We're not sure. But thank you to all the Brew Crew that came and helped us with this as well. Of course, Tim and Kim. Just an incredible experience.
This was one for the books.
I don't know how we're going to top this next year.
I don't know. I do want to search for Bigfoot.
I'm starting to to warm up to that
Oh, yes.
idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am starting to warm up to going on a Bigfoot hunt.
Oh, my gosh.
We might have to go up to like
Helen,
Georgia.
Yeah. All right.
Thinking about it.
All right. Plant
All right.
that seed now.
All right.
You know, this podcast is for you and about you, and we're so glad you spent some time with us today.